Hello, boys and girls. It's your Uncle Vinnie here to read you a story about Santa Claus for your Christmas enjoyment. Now, this story it is called The Night Before Christmas. Yeah, I know the letters is backwards. Why you gotta be busting my balls about it, huh? Now, here's how this thing's gonna work. You kids need to gather around the screen and have a seat and shut the hell up. That's right, and it includes you, little Jimmy and little Kristen. Uncle Vinny, he don't like no brats, see? Oh, and one more thing, boys and girls. I don't think we're gonna be needing this now, are we? I didn't think so. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, and not even a mouse. I tell you what, boys and girls, it's more like the night before the health department shut the place down. It's got mice for crying out loud. I'll bet you $10 there's cockroaches this big and fleas and bed bugs in that joint. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. Now, what is it with this St. Nicholas? He sneaks in at night, boys and girls. Maybe he's like Jared from Subway, or like that creepy guy down the street with the bars on his windows and a lot of screaming going on there at night. Tell you what, lock them bedroom doors, kids. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. Yeah, right. They're snug in their beds, all right. Ma and Pa stuffed them full of Benadryl so's they could shut the hell up because Conan or something was coming on TV. And those ain't visions, boys and girls. Those is what you call hallucinations. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. What's with a kerchief and cap anyhow? No electricity or heat in that Title 19 shack, that's what. Candles and kerosene lamps sitting all around just waiting for shit to happen. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. Now I got a problem with this scenario. First off, all this clattering this guy is hearing is more likely to be little Johnny from down the street who thinks he's a white wannabe gangster rapper with his hat on, all moron like, and leaning all cocky on his armrest, driving his piece of shit 1987 Ford Escort, bumping those cheap ass subs he bought off Walmart he's so proud of. He's got to drive all over the neighborhood so everybody can hear him. And second of all, no real man springs out of his bed at 12 a.m. unless, of course, something exploded, such as those damn kerosene lanterns sitting over there on the dresser by the curtains. Hello? I told you they was just shit waiting to happen. The moon on the breast of the new Smolin. Let me try that again, boys and girls. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below. You gotta forgive Uncle Vinny, you know, whenever he sees the word breast, he's gets all distracted there. Now, I gotta ask, what luster are they talking about? They ain't no electricity out there in Podunk land. Just look at 'em. They ain't living in Chicago or Philly, that's for damn sure. When what to my wonder and eyes should appear but a miniature sleighing 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. Miniature sleighing tiny reindeer. Are you sure it ain't the ISIS dumb squad rolling through the snow with a Toyota piece of crap yellow bed truck with an anti-aircraft gun sitting in the back? And Saint Nick, maybe that's Mohammed himself coming for the goats. That's all warm, fuzzy, and alone out in the barn. uh, More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. Holy crap, what was these reindeer anyway? A bunch of Nazis? That's right, kids, run to the porch and the wall, 'cause Adolf and his flying goonies is about to lock the barbed wire gate, for crying out loud. As dry leaves before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. Who the hell does this Santa guy think he is, coming and going all night? What are you, a busting my balls? And get the hell off my roof, you idiots. I didn't just put up new shingles last year on my Brooklyn flat so you assholes could drop big reindeer crap all over the place. And then in a twinkle I hurried on the roof, the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around down the chimney, St. Nicholas came with a bound. Bang, bang, sucker claws. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. Now there's one thing yous never want to do, boys and girls, and that's shimmying down Uncle Vinny's chimney in the middle of the friggin' night. If I catch him trying this, I'm gonna grab the old 38 and pop a few caps in his ass as soon as I see them big, red, velvety cheeks drop into my fireplace. Forget about it. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. Now, there's only one reason, boys and girls, for a flushed red face like he got, and that's cheap booze, and lots of cheap booze. Hey, Nick, you better dial 911 and get your overly drunk ass down to the ER ASAP. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. And broad face and little round belly is a result of eating cookies from all the break-ins he's done in a world of 7.2 billion. Well, no shit, fat boy. Need some nitro? Now get this, boys and girls. That pipe clenched so lovingly probably is chock full of medical marijuana from Cali or Denver or something. Hey, Nick, pass that pipe over here, you selfish sons of bitch. He was a chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink in his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. Hey, kids, if Saint Nick drops into your house, the last thing you want to do is drop the soap on a rope without kicking it over into the corner of the shower, if you know what I mean. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. More like he's feeling the stockings. Sounds like he's been rooting around in Ma's underwear drawer, the little pervert. And here's a little footnote, kids. When I was a kid, we didn't get no fancy schmancy crap like yours gets from Santa. You was lucky if you got a piece of licorice or maybe a friggin' orange. And if you complained, your pop would smack you upside the head. And laying a finger aside of his nose and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. And here's the thing, kids. Finger aside of his nose, is it? The only thing that would shoot a fat guy up a chimney is a big old straw full of toot. Who's he kidding? I bet his nostrils was white as the driven snow, all right. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down on a thistle. Scramble the fucking F-16 for Christ's sakes. That son's a bitch is getting away. Something just ain't right about this Santa Claus job. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight. Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Same to you, Nick. Next year, you might just want to think about leaving the packages out on the porch. We wouldn't want anything unfortunate, shall we say, to happen to you. Just one last thing, boys and girls. Your Uncle Vinnie once used to have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. No, really, you gonna do that. You's here? And keep an eye out for that Saint Nick character. Merry Christmas, you dirty animal.